Hi class, our next project is to show rhythm and movement in the artwork we're doing. We're going to do a landscape. Here is a landscape by Van Gogh, very famous one, Starry Night. And you can see all the rhythm and movement in the stars, the way he's drawn them and painted them. I'm going to work from a photograph I took of a landscape. Hopefully you can see this. And I'm going to show rhythm and movement by showing wind in the trees, and some of the leaves down here are going to be flying around in my artwork. I'm going to start out with a pencil sketch. All right, here's a very rough pencil sketch. I've just lightly sketched it in. I want to show movement. I want to show the wind through the trees for movement and rhythm. And I've got the leaves blowing around from the wind too. And now I'm going to paint it with watercolor loosely. You can find a photo somewhere or maybe take your own to do this. So when I look at this, I see my mostly green area with some browns, some yellow in the trees, more green and a light gray sky. So I'm going to work on mixing up those colors to use. Okay, I'm going to mix up some green because that's the biggest amount that I'm going to need of color. So here's my photo, and I'm going to lay down some of the green on the front foreground area. I'll fill this in. And I'm mixing up some brown, and I do want it to blend. I want it to kind of blend wet into the green up here, because that works for a landscape. Okay, now I'm also going to blend some brown into this area because you can see the dirt there. Some of my trees are yellow, you can see, so I'm mixing up yellow here. Okay, I put in the yellow. I'm going to put in some green on the trees now. I'm going to add some shading by adding black to the green. I cleaned off my palette, and I'm going to add this light gray for the sky. Okay, now I have to let all this dry so I can use my fine point Sharpie to add some details. Okay, this is dry now, and I'm going to add some details with a super fine point Sharpie to give it the wind-blown look, to give it rhythm and movement. All right, this is how it ended up. You see, we've got the rhythm and movement in the leaves and the way the wind is blowing in the trees. So that's my rhythm and movement piece.